Hello and welcome to the FF podcast. This is episode 3. I'm going to preface this quite early because I know not many people watch a lot of this. This episode is going to be fairly negative. If you want to jump into the actual meat and bones of this podcast, it's going to be around 5 minutes. And the topic of this podcast, which most of you probably know already, is about the Mario Kart Wii community, but more on the specific focus of why I left. For a bit of background, I'm going to speak for the next 4.5 minutes about why, not why I left, but just some updates on the channel and a bit of preface before I get into it. For any of you who don't know, I left the Mario Kart Wii community. I don't plan on coming back. If I do, it'll be a long time till I do because I was sick of it. I'll get more into it later. But yeah, I've left. Expect the content on the channel to change a bit. The only thing I'm going to say it won't change in terms of Mario Kart Wii is the music packs. I have a passion for music packs, so I will continue making them. The videos take a while to make. The music packs take a while to make as well. So that will be coming eventually. But that's the only Mario Kart Wii content you're going to still have on this channel. I know some of you will be disappointed, but unfortunately that is just the nature of the business, and it's just the way I want to go in the future. I don't think it's right for me to continue in the Mario Kart Wii community as is. As for the updates on the channel, for any of you that watch my Twitch, some of you will know already that have been watching, some of you that won't know. I've shifted to different content. At the minute, I'm playing a lot of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because the DLC's come out. I'm going to plan on continuing playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for a bit, but I'm going to shift it up with different Switch games. Maybe a bit of Pokemon when some DLC for that comes out, or just when I feel like playing it. I used to do that a bit when I still started streaming. That was quite fun. So I might play some Mario Strikers Battle League, Smash Ultimate. I've been playing quite a lot of that. Not very good at it, but it's just a bit of fun. So yeah, I plan to play some Switch games. I may end up turning my Wii on again, not to play Mario Kart Wii, but I've got Melee to play. I've got loads of other Wii games that I still need to play. There's quite a few Sonic games I could play. Again, there's some Mario games. There's even some online games I can play, like Brawl. Could play that online. But yeah, I've shifted on Twitch to more Switch focus. I played a bit of Persona as well, Persona 3 Portable. So that's really where the Twitch is going. In terms of YouTube, my YouTube uploads aren't frequent anyway, but I might end up shifting towards different content. I might even make a new channel. I have an idea for a new channel. And maybe it won't be a new channel. Maybe it'll be a new series. I have an idea for a new series that isn't Nintendo related. But keep an eye on that. YouTube will become more frequent, I should think, just because I'm not limited to Mario Kart Wii ideas anymore. With other options, I can record better content. So look forward to that. I've got a waffle for another 2 minutes to get to the 5-minute mark, but yeah, I wanted to improve my YouTube game. I've been wanting to improve YouTube for a bit. I don't plan on making shorts. I can't be bothered to do that. I know it's a good way to network your channel, but I just can't be bothered. It's not really my thing, editing shorts, and I'm not really good at talking for 1 minute. As you can see, I'm quite good at waffling. So yeah, I don't plan on doing shorts, but more maybe mature content. That's not like sex and stuff. That's just more down to earth content, not Nintendo games. Might end up doing some Overwatch stuff because I'm getting into Overwatch 2 a lot. I know the game's kind of dying, but I'm quite good at the game, so I might end up streaming and then uploading some of my competitive games I play on my other account. I have 2 accounts. I solo queue quite a lot, so I might end up doing some of that. I might end up just using some more Xbox games as background footage to talk about stuff. I don't know, maybe I'll become a commentary channel. I'm joking, but yeah, I just plan to move away from Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart 8 is my focus at the minute, just because I'm having quite a lot of fun. I feel like I gave the game a lot of flack, and I don't think it deserved the flack really, but that's what I'm on at the minute. So come check me out at twitch.tv/sharkgill. You know my YouTube because you're watching the podcast. Feel free to subscribe. I don't know, tap the like button with your toe or something, and subscribe, and then unsubscribe because I don't want you to subscribe, and I don't like any of you. Anyway, now we've hit the 5-minute mark. I'm going to start talking about why I left the Mario Kart Wii community. This, as I said earlier, this is going to be quite a negative video. There's nothing positive to say about this. I'm not going to sit here and say I love the Mario Kart Wii community. It's been the best time of my life. Thank you so much to the Mario Kart Wii community for everything they've done for me. While I do thank everybody in there for helping me grow my channel, my Twitch channel wouldn't be where it was without the Mario Kart Wii community. My streams wouldn't have gotten views without them. So to the people that actually helped me, I'm thankful for you. To my mods and my Twitch stream, I'm thankful for you. But I talk to you guys a lot, and to everybody that viewed my Mario Kart Wii stuff, thank you. I really appreciate it. I generally do. Every time I've ever had a donation, I've been immensely grateful for it. This isn't going to be an apology video, like classic YouTuber apology video, because I have nothing to apologize for. This isn't a video where I'm saying sorry for doing something. That's why I've left. I left on my own volition because talking to some other people about the state of the community and just taking a look at it myself, I don't think it's right. To give a bit of background, I came back to Mario Kart Wii after 2013, so I left at that point. Obviously, it was infancy days at that point, but I came back in 2021. Was a bit, anonymous. Only really joined Troy rooms. Then 2022, that's when I fully got into the Twitch scene. There was a streamer I started following. I got quite involved in his streams. I took a break throughout most of 2022. Came back in like September, October time. Saw that there was a bit of drama going down in the community. Sort of joined back at the wrong time. Realized what went on, and I was like, okay, this is a bit insane. But I'm back now. Then around Christmas time, that's when I started streaming myself. I got a capture card in December 2022, so I started streaming for most of December when I was on break, and that's when my channel really started to grow. Obviously, Christmas happened, and then after Christmas, that's when my channel started really picking up. I changed my setup at my house to better fit streaming. It stayed like that until now. It's still the same. I don't plan on changing it. That's irrelevant, but anyway. Mario Kart Wii was my focus for the whole of 2023 until May. My A-level started in May. I then took a month break, maybe 2-month break from streaming and just from the community in general to focus on my A-levels, because if I was streaming during my A-levels, then that was going to mess up my future. It wasn't worth it, so I cut it off, sort of took a break, took a step back from streaming, shut down my Discord server, just took myself away from the internet for a bit. And then here we are now. Then obviously after June, I came back. I streamed for a bit until probably a week ago, and about a week ago, maybe a bit more than that, that's when I decided to leave. That's a bit of background to it. My doubts of the Mario Kart Wii community probably came in about September, October 2022, even before I started streaming. I'd taken a break just because I wasn't really interested in the game and the streams were getting a bit boring. I had other focuses. I was like talking to my real life friends. That's what I was doing over the last summer. And then I came back, after I'd come back to school. And obviously I'd seen there was massive drama going down. I knew the Mario Kart Wii community had drama a fair bit, but this one was quite big. That's when my doubts sort of started to creep in. The fact that, there's big streamers who can act like the way they do, and they just sort of get away with it. And the massive kerfuffle, that's an awful word, the massive kerfuffle made by the drama, I could tell this is how the community was. From then on, I sort of just pushed on. It was okay until recently. I won't name the creator who did it, but I had an idea to do a special event. I've been trying to do it for ages. I even tried to do it when I wasn't even streaming. I tried to get someone else to do it who was streaming it. He did it, but unfortunately I wasn't there for it. I've been trying to get this full KO organised for ages. This certain specific full KO. You guys will know it. If I tell you what it is, it'll give it away. And I don't want people to go and hate on the streamer, because while I think what they do is not right, I don't want hate to go to anyone, because at the end of the day, this isn't an apology video. This isn't a hate video. This is a background video of why I've left the Mario Kart Wii community. Now, if you've made it this far, I do implore you to continue listening to this. Listen to the end. Listen to my thoughts. You can discuss it in the comments. I'm happy to have a discussion. You can discuss in my Discord. I'm not bothered. You can just dislike the video and leave. I actually don't care. I just want to get my opinions out here. I want to know of people's opinions. But this is from my perspective why I left and why I don't plan on coming back and what I think's wrong with the community. Most people are nice in there, but there's a set few people who are just not what would make a nice community, and some people ruin it for the majority, and I think it's a bit unfair. But there was this one streamer who, he streams, okay, I'm 1 second. There's this one streamer who streams a lot. I did my full KO, my special full KO. I tried to restart my full KO championship for season 2 because I ended season 1 a while ago after I'd sort of finished with it. I then tried to start season 2 with this really special full KO. I really wanted to do it for ages. Most of you will know what it was because I'd been gunning to do it for ages. I really wanted to do this. It really meant a lot to me, like the theme. I even changed my raid alert for it to sort of represent it a bit more. I really wanted to do this full KO. We did it. It didn't go as planned. We didn't get a full room of people, not like we used to. We had about 9, which was lucky. After waiting for about an hour and a half, we got 9 people. I was happy with that. We played. Some people that had just joined got knocked out immediately. Unfortunately, that's the game. I felt a bit bad for them, but what can you do? Obviously, then we get to the final 3. My team are winning. It's a 3v6 full KO. My team are winning. I'm on the team of 3. There's 2 of us and 1 of them left. I then disconnect during the second race after dominating the whole KO. Obviously, I was a bit mad. My teammate then had to leave. Unfortunate timing, but my teammate had to leave. So we continued it as a 1v1 between the last 2 teams, last GP. Again, I dominated that because, in all honesty, I was on the superior vehicle, but even still, I reckon I would have had a chance on the other team. We did it, and it wasn't as successful as I'd like to have been, but it was good. I enjoyed it. It was fun. People that played it said it was fun. I was happy with it. Fast forward like 2 days, I look at the self-promotion channels because I don't like Discord notifications, but I look at them anyway because sometimes you get some good streams, get some good videos put in there. And I see another Mario Kart Wii streamer is doing mini KOs of my idea. Now, obviously, everybody copies each other's ideas. Like most people have copied another idea of someone else, even if you don't give credit for them. But in this specific case, I was annoyed, and I will admit I was upset. I was angry and upset because this specific idea that I'd made was an idea that I had made. It wasn't one where you just picked, the 2 vehicles I'd picked had a correlation that I had correlated them together for. This wasn't just a random thing you could just come up with. It's only something that someone like me or someone like my friend would pick because we know the joke. It was the 2 vehicles were picked because there was a joke about them. It's a very old joke. It's like a 12, it's like 12-year-old joke at this point. And I look at a self-promotion channel and I see another streamer's copied my idea. I then, I'm annoyed at the time, but I leave it for a bit. Then a day or 2 after, I go and view the VOD because I want to see, am I going to get credit for it? How does it work? I do not get any credit for it. Obviously, this streamer they make more than me. I don't make any money from Twitch. That's just because my content's not good enough, and I admit that. But I don't make any money from Twitch, and I don't get that many views, which is understandable. It's my fault. If I wanted to get more views, I should improve my streaming setup. I should improve my marketability, my networking. But I stream for fun, and to see this other streamer making more money and making more views off of it, that hit me hard because that idea I'd spent months. Honestly, I'd spent like 9-10 months trying to get this to work and try and get people to get involved with it, get people to enjoy it. To see that idea not go too well for me, but go really well for this other streamer, and nobody calls any attention to it until I realise, that annoyed me. You can have your own opinions on this. That's fine. I do not care what your opinion. Well, I do care what your opinions are, but personally, I'm not bothered what other people think. I was angry. I was annoyed at it, and that's all that matters to me. That sort of kicked off my sort of process to leave the Mario Kart Wii community. I was already thinking about stepping away for a bit, just a little break, because I was getting kind of bored of it anyway. I was streaming a fair bit, Mario Kart Wii. It's not the most interesting game. I was sort of running out of ideas to do with KOs. I was running out of ideas to do with worldwides and time trials, and I was sort of just going to step away for a bit, think of a few ideas, maybe focus more on YouTube, and then come back and then stream again properly once I'd got more into it. But after that, that sort of just kicked off my thought process of thinking, do I really want to be here? Is it really worth it? And after deliberating for a few days, I just thought, you know what, it's not worth it. It's not worth giving any more to this community. There was other events going on, more private events, not in my private life, but more private events with me and other people in the community that sort of just made me think, do I want to stay here? Do I want to keep putting effort into giving this community my content when I'm just going to get it stolen from me or it's not going to be appreciated? Because at the end of the day, as content creators, anybody who's watching this as a content creator, you understand that when you make something, you want it to be appreciated. Even if it's the most unoriginal idea, if you put your own spin on it, you want it to be appreciated. But when you spend so long creating something and just having an idea, really trying to make it work, you try and make it work and it doesn't go how you plan, and somebody else comes and takes it and makes it work so much better than you just because they have a bigger audience, it's heartbreaking. Because if I just had a bit of credit, or if this person had asked me first, could they do this? I'm not a copyright owner of the idea, but all it takes is a bit of like politeness, a bit of decency to just say, "Hey, mate, I've seen that you've done this. I like the idea. Would you mind if I did it as well?" Or like, "Oh, I'm thinking of doing it as well. Do you think it's a good idea?" At that point, I would have gone, "Yeah, that's sick. If you want to, you can credit me. Otherwise, yeah, I'm glad that there's other people doing the idea." But when I just see it completely blatantly ripped out, and I've had a history with this person as well. There's one person, I've had a fairly bad history with them. They've never watched any of my content properly, which is probably what annoyed me more. I've had issues with this person self-promoting in my direct messages. When this person first came onto the scene, they just joined my server, self-promoted, and left. They DM'd me, self-promoted, and then never talked to me again. They joined my stream, self-promoted, and left. And they're fairly big now, and you know what? Congrats to them. I'm glad that they're doing well. However, it annoys me, and obviously, I'm not happy when this person's bigger than me by completely just banking off of self-promoting, steals my idea, and completely just disregards the fact that I exist. So obviously, I was annoyed about that, and that sort of just kicked off the process of thinking, do I really want to be here? As I said, other private events with me and other people in the community just thought, you know what, I don't think it's worth it. So I said, I'm going to leave. I've made some really good friends in there. I will name some good friends because at the end of the day, I mean it. A big shout out to people like Aura. Aura, if you're probably listening, thank you for everything you've done. I mean, still thank you for modding my streams. You've been the biggest help out of anyone. I'm forever grateful for you. Aura, if you don't know who Aura is, Aura MKW, check out his channel on YouTube, check out his Twitch. He doesn't stream that often, but please check him out. He's a really good person. He's really helped me out in terms of my whole streaming journey. He's been there from the start. He always helps me when I need it. He's always there to give tips or just to do stuff for me. If I need to change the stream title and I'm in the middle of the game, he'll do it straight away. Need to change the game, he'll do it straight away. He's a really good person, so please check him out. He doesn't upload as frequently as some other people do, but his content's good and he's a good person. He deserves it. Again, there's people like Leader. Most people know who Leader is. Leader's been a mod for me. He's been there since day one. He was the first viewer on my stream. He's a funny guy. You mostly know him, but again, he's been a lot of help. He sort of helped me with ideas. He's helped mod my streams. He's helped just in general. Just be there. Creeps, Much Creeps. You'll all know Much Creeps. While I don't talk to Much Creeps as much as I do other people, I think he's been a good friend to me. Much Creeps was my first big raid. I was forever thankful for him. And you know what? I love over old Troy. It's sort of made us become fairly decent friends. I'd say he's my friend. I'm not bothered whether Creeps would say I'm not his friend, but it's fine. He's been in part of my KO series. He's done a lot for me. He mods my streams. I love watching his streams. His server's a great place. Please follow him on Twitch. Follow Leader as well, but Leader doesn't stream as much. Creeps streams a lot. If you don't already, please follow Creeps on Twitch. Watch his streams. Subscribe to his YouTube. He does upload on YouTube a fair bit. But again, I'd say he's a good friend. He's been there for me to help me, and he helps promote my streams. When I'm trying to do a KO. This is a positive section because I think these people deserve it. they're people who are still in the Mario Kart Wii community. Just because I'm going doesn't mean that everybody else is going. Again, even people like Calman. I don't speak to Calman as much, but recently I was speaking to them a lot more. Calman is a really nice person, and really, as much as they don't stream on Twitch, as much as he's only a viewer for most people, he's a good person. He's helped me a lot with Twitch Modern as well, and he sort of talked to me about more serious stuff, especially within the community. Talking to people. This is just advice for everybody. Talk to other people when you're thinking about things, because I was thinking about leaving the Mario Kart Wii community and talking to these people. You get a clearer idea of whether it's a good idea or not. They're all in the community still. Obviously, they would not like to see me go, because why would you want to see somebody you like go? But when you talk to people about it, you can sort of get different ideas on stuff. And talking to these guys about it, it just made it clear that it's probably better for me to leave, because the whole community is just not working for me. I'm sat there. I'm not enjoying streaming it as much as I used to. For selfish reasons as well. I'll admit I'm selfish. As content creators, we're really all selfish. Everybody wants to be selfish when you're a content creator. That's why you always end up taking other people's ideas, and why you're always trying to do better than other people. Okay. For selfish ideas, I wasn't pulling as much views as I had before. That's another reason why I probably wanted to leave, because when you sort of fell off, why would you want to continue if you fell off? Because you wouldn't, would you? Because if you're not pulling the viewers, you're not having as much fun. 3 people mini KOs are way less fun than 6 people mini KOs. 6 people obviously isn't a full room, but they're way less fun, So that's another reason. But the interaction with the community and certain members of the community, just the way they were going about things, especially with me as well, I just wasn't getting along with people in the community. And I thought, instead of publicly calling these people out and making a big deal about things, and instead of privately doing things, because at the end of the day, I'm not here to ruin anyone's experience in the community. Just because I don't agree with the way some people act doesn't mean it's necessarily wrong, and doesn't mean it necessarily means they deserve to be, spoken down to or argued about it. It's better for me to just leave the community, find something else to do, find something I enjoy more, and get on with my life. Let these people enjoy their lives, let myself enjoy my life. I know I've sort of waffled on for 22 minutes so far about why I've left, but I just wanted to make this podcast because, to be fair, I needed a podcast episode for this week. I'm sorry I missed it on Monday. I had a pretty tiring day on Monday, so I slept through most of it. And then the other days, I just didn't really know what to talk about. I thought today was probably a good day to just do the recording, upload the podcast, get it out to you guys. As I said, I apologise for how negative this video is being, and as I said, I won't call out anyone, because just because I don't like things doesn't mean that they need to be spoken about publicly in much detail. I'm only giving a brief overview because it's not fair to publicly call out people, because they don't deserve it. Just because they've done things wrong in the past, or just because they've annoyed me specifically, doesn't mean they need to be called out. It's not right. I'm just talking about my experience within the community itself. I don't like the amount of drama that goes on for a 15-year-old game now. There's way too much drama. A game that's made for kids has obviously a big child fan base in it, even to this day. I'm not a fan of that. I think, as there's such a massive age discrepancy, they don't mix well together, because as children grow, they find things difficult. I've been on the internet since I was 4. Okay, I've been playing Mario Kart Wii and watching Mario Kart Wii videos since I was 4 years old. Right. Obviously, I've been on the internet for a long while, and I know specifically that when you're young on the internet, I'd say more like 10 to 14, 15, you're quite impressionable, and you can be really annoying on the internet. It's not the children's fault necessarily that they're annoying or they do things wrong, because when you're a child, you just do things how you think's right. You're pretty innocent. Sometimes there are malicious children, but most of the time, when you do something that's annoying to other people, you don't realise it. They're just children. But as a streamer, having to deal with children who don't listen when you talk to them, and you try and explain to them that's not how things should work, and they just don't listen, they continue doing it, it's tiring. I don't want to do it anymore. That is probably a big reason. I just don't like the amount of children playing the game. I'm not going to do anything about it, because why should I stop children playing a game when they enjoy it? If they enjoy it, let them play it. That's what I say. However, I don't want to concern myself with them, and children are difficult to talk to, because obviously I don't want to talk to young kids. That's wrong. But it's difficult to educate children on what's wrong and what's right, because a lot of the time you'll educate them on what's right, and they won't listen. They won't care. You know, there was an incident with one child. I think he might not even be a kid. He might be my age, but he was the most racist guy ever. He was saying, he was dropping M bombs in my chat just because he lost a KO. He's been banned forever because it's not on. But again, children they're hard to deal with in my case anyway. I don't find it easy to empathise with them because while I was like that before, and I can understand it. If I take a step back, I can understand what it's like, for children in this community. But at the forefront, it's difficult for me to empathise with them, especially at the time when they're annoying me. This sounds like I'm hating on children, and I'm not really. I'm just saying that we have to understand that children are difficult to grown adults. Their minds haven't fully developed yet. It's quite hard for them to grasp what they're doing wrong, and it's quite hard for them to grasp how to change and why it's not right. And for someone who just wants to stream with people my age, I don't want to continue streaming to a bunch of kids who aren't going to listen when they're told what's wrong, and are just going to make a ruckus. So that's probably another big reason why I've left. I don't, as I said, I don't plan on coming back for a long time. There might be a time, maybe later this year. That'll be the earliest. Maybe later this year, maybe in a few years, maybe I'll come back and say, hey, I'll give it another go. But this isn't going to be like a 1 week break. I'm not going to come back next week and be like, hi guys, I'm back in the community again. No. I think the earliest you'll ever see me back in Mario Kart Wii, end of August, September. That's like a month or two break. Actually, no, that's more than that, because if we count from May as well, that's like a 4-month break. But even still, I don't plan on doing that. I don't, at this point in time, I don't plan on ever coming back. Now, just because I don't plan on coming back doesn't mean that I won't visit friends' streams. If I see a friend stream Mario Kart Wii, I'm happy to pop in and watch their stream. I'm just helping my friend. Just because I stream Mario Kart Wii doesn't mean anything. I'm happy to watch their streams, and I implore you to watch people's streams that I talked about earlier. They are good people. They do good content. Please check them out. They deserve it. This podcast has been pretty negative, and I preface that at the start. And if you're unhappy with that, that's fine. Dislike the video, unsubscribe, whatever. I don't care. But I wanted to get my feelings out there, my thoughts out there, sort of update you guys on what's going on. I needed a podcast episode for this week as well, so this was a perfect timing, perfect situation. I'm probably going to leave it here for a bit. Just final thoughts. Main 3 reasons, I guess. Being stolen from, not even say copied, being stolen from with no credit and no repercussions. The amount of children running rampant in the fan base, and quite bored of the game. They're my 3 main reasons. The main catalyst was the being stolen from. If I'm being honest with you, I'm still not over it now. There's nothing I can do about it, and as I said, I don't want people to go and hate this one streamer because that's not right. They are on the younger side. They probably didn't think about it. These things happen. Obviously, I'm annoyed, I'm angry, but I'm not going to take it out on this person for it because that's not fair. They don't deserve that. They'll learn eventually, but it's just a shame that it happened to me. It's my fault for not talking to him about it at the time. It's too late now. It's been like a week since it happened. Obviously, I was still really annoyed. I'm still annoyed, but what can you do, eh? It's my fault. I should have spoken to him at the time. But I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for listening. Even if you did enjoy it, please unsubscribe and unlike the video. If you haven't done that, then I'll make sure you do it in another one with really controversial opinions and takes. Thank you all very much for listening. Please check out the other episodes. I did one with TKS Mima last time, where we sort of talked about Lounge and CCGP. So if you care about Mario Kart Wii, that's a good episode to watch if you haven't watched it. As I said, check out the people I mentioned earlier. I will put their links in the description. Again, thank you all for listening. Have a great day.